It's okay to fake it till you make it. Hey guys, welcome back to the mental health comic verse. Welcome if it's your first time here. Thank you so much for clicking to watch my video. I'm super excited about today's topic. So today I want to talk about our inner voices because they often take over us entirely and consume us. We all have a stream of thought process. We all have thoughts. We all have a monologue. But we don't all talk to ourselves in different voices and have dialogues within ourselves. And that's something that I do very, very commonly, obviously. So I'm going to link a video down below if you guys would like a more in-depth explanation on inner voices and inner dialogue. Of course, we also have good inner voices, our intuition, the voices that tell us to keep going, to get to the finish line, the voices that calm us down in high stress situations. And it's very easy to confuse our intuition with our fears sometimes. Should I do this? Should I not do this? Is this my intuition saying I shouldn't do it? Is it just my fear? So I think that's a whole nother video. But give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment if you guys would like a video on intuition versus fear, and I will get into depth about that. But today I want to focus on identifying your inner voices and just working on reforming. But before I continue, I just want to clarify this is my experience with my inner voices and just the information that I have come across. I'm not trying to diagnose anybody. I just want to have an open discussion about the information that I found and how I perceive it. Just a disclaimer, I feel like I need to start putting that in all my videos, but I'm not a therapist. I'm not diagnosing anybody. I'm just talking about my experience and my inner voices and the information that I have came across. And hopefully that'll help you guys be more aware of yourself, and hopefully I can be a positive voice in your life. We don't even realize the amount of negativity that has been spewed on us and stuck on us and how much we've really internalized. So of course, the first step is always self-awareness. Identify your inner voices, especially the bad ones, because the bad ones really overcome us in general, and it really overtakes our entire lives and our actions and our thought process. And the people who are going through this and who experience this, you guys know what I'm talking about. You can't just tell that voice to just stop the negative thoughts and it's gonna stop. Especially if you have a lot of inner dialogue going back and forth. You tell that voice to shut the fuck up, that inner voice is gonna be like,
you shut the fuck up. You started this shit, you dumb bitch.
So whatever your bad inner voice sounds like to you, it's always based off criticism. It's always based off our worthiness and how we see ourselves. So I'm going to link down a video about bad inner voices, and I love this video. It was a very straightforward explanation on how it all works. And one thing that they said that I loved, all inner voices used to be an outer voice. All inner voices used to be an outer voice. First, I always talk about our subconscious imprint and how a lot of our habits and a lot of what we believe about ourselves are derived from our childhood. This outer voice usually stems from your parents and your siblings, but it also includes outside influence like your friends, teachers. So in some cases, it's direct criticism. You're worthless, you're stupid, you're so dumb. This can also be linked to rejection and abandonment, feeling like you're not getting the time that you deserve, feeling like you're not worth somebody's time. Or sometimes you're not directly being criticized, but you're not being recognized for your achievements either, and you're just expected to do more and more and more, and you're just trying to keep going until you get that validation. Or let's even say that your parents were fully supportive and they didn't criticize you. If they self-criticize, if they criticize themselves, that also gets passed down to you when you're seeing that as a child. Majority of people are very nervous. They're running around trying to get nowhere fast and getting angry about little things and just having very negative coping mechanisms. And when we see that, we internalize it. You guys know everything is always situational. It's different for everyone, but it's so easy to internalize the negative in the world because it's everywhere and it comes from everyone all the time. And it's so much more easy for us in this day and age, especially with social media right at our fingertips. Social media will have someone depressed just over the fact that they're not as good looking as this person, or their life is not as lavish as that person. Which leads me to my next point. You have to learn to separate achievement from love, because so many of us put our worth on achievement, on our success, on our careers. What have you done with our life? What do you have to show for? You don't have a family, you don't have kids, you don't have a poppin' career, you don't have this, you don't have that. You don't live on your own, whatever the hell it is.
Why don't you have all that stuff? Why? Explain it to us right now. Why are you such a failure? Why are you so stupid?
And that's really what it feels like, but that's not what it is, because we all feel that way and we just don't acknowledge it, and then we're all just trying to fight to look like we're the best and look like we're the shit at all times, when you're really looking like this. Like, come on now. Do not base your worth on your achievements, on your success, on your financial level. Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at the end of the day. Sometimes our inner voice is sneaky because it'll mask itself like a good inner voice. Like, you deserve a little piece of pie. You deserve a little bit of Netflix time. And then all of a sudden, you've eaten the whole pie and you've watched 10 hours of Netflix and you've cut too much slack. And then you beat yourself up for that. So our best inner voice is basically our intuition. It's gentle, it's kind to us, it guides us. So this is where it all gets tricky. So if you've been sleeping through the video, it's time to wake up, because this is the hard part, right? Because this is the part where you have to shift your freaking way of thinking. And we all know it's not as easy as
just change your thoughts. Just don't think about it. Just don't say it. Blah, blah, blah.
So of course we want to focus on our good inner voices. Sometimes it's drowned so heavily. If you don't know where that good inner voice is, that's okay. You can find an alternate voice. Create that alternate voice and start with focusing on the good ones. Just like I said earlier, all our inner voices come from outer voices. It's gonna take a while. It's gonna take a while before it becomes your real inner voice, but that's okay. Fake it till you motherfucking make it. So you want to start with good outer voices. Friends, family, online community, therapists, anybody that's a good outside positive voice to you, for you, start there. So that's where you want to start. But in order to make that shift, in order to even want to do that and get there. So now I'm going to go over tips on the start of getting shit done. So this can slowly start coming off and the venom can go the hell away. Number 1, change is only possible through self-compassion. Self-compassion, drill it in your head, okay? And I'll try to find a link for you guys to take a quiz on self-compassion and even self-compassion exercises that you can take in order to get there, because that's the first step. You're not going to be able to want to change. You're not going to be able to see yourself and view yourself as worthy and as better until you have some freaking compassion for yourself. The one thing that I always say is to give yourself the same type of love and compassion that you would give to the person that you love the most. Because too many times I've seen people make excuses for their loved ones. Even when they don't deserve it, they'll make 1,000,001 excuses. But as soon as they make the smallest mistake or the smallest anything at all hell breaks loose and they're the worst person ever. They're stupid, they're dumb, and they don't deserve anything. So number 2 is going to sound cheesy and typical, but that's meditation. There's a reason why everyone keeps talking about it, you guys. Meditate. So the reason why meditation is so important for inner voices is because that's when your mind is calm, and that's when you can differentiate between your inner voices and figure out what's really going on. Like, no one can really get to the bottom of what's going on in your inner voices but you. Especially if you're an overthinker, even if you don't have inner voices and inner dialogue, if you're an overthinker, meditating really puts you in a calm state so you can map out what's going on in your thoughts and kind of navigate more calmly. If you feel like you need help and guidance with it, definitely see a therapist. Literally anybody can benefit from a therapist. So I always recommend seeing a therapist if you can, if you have the means to. People talk about how meditation and crystals and all this stuff is just the new trend and it's just the new fad and whatever. And honestly, I don't care. If it's getting the message out there and there's a wide range of people who are grasping it more and more, all the better. All the better. Maybe you did try it because it's the new wave, but who cares? It put you on to something real. I personally believe that meditation and silencing yourself, that will benefit you the most in this scenario if you're trying to differentiate your inner voices. Honestly, you guys, when it comes to meditation, there's no right way to do it. You don't have to sit there for an hour and just dive into it how you feel the most comfortable with. Just go from there. I still only do guided meditation. Sometimes I try to sit with just myself without the music and stuff, but I really like my guided meditations right now, so that's what I'm sticking to. And having a morning routine is another great way to make sure you start off your day with good energy. So if you don't know where to squeeze in your meditation and silencing your mind, that is definitely the best time. And there are so many people who have vouched for this. Start a morning routine. So number 3 is social media, because like I said, we're constantly being fed negative things, and it's easy to get sucked into that world of comparing ourselves with our achievements. Of course, social media has its benefits too, because sometimes our reality is really lonely and it feels like the people around us don't actually understand us. And we're able to find people who do understand us online, and that can feel like we have a connection there. But generally speaking, there's just so much that we're being fed through social media. I mean, how many of us are guilty of just like feeling depressed, we're feeling low, and we just go onto our phone and see what's happening here, looking at memes, looking at bird memes, looking at memes. Just put your phone down, sit with yourself, go for a walk, sit outside, connect with nature. Always connect with nature. We're always looking for answers over there, over here, over there, but it's inside us. It's always inside us. We don't want to see it when we're always distracted by so much chatter in front of us and around us that we don't know where to start. So number 4 is actually reforming your words and your thoughts. And of course, I have to just quickly bring up subconscious reprogramming. I talk about this a lot. The easiest thing you could do is just play subconscious reprogramming videos while you sleep, positive affirmations while you sleep on a loop, and that will get ingrained in you over time. So when it comes to reforming your thoughts, like I said, number 1, focus on the good voices in your life. And number 2, I treat it like kicking a bad habit, because when I'm trying to get rid of a bad habit, I replace it with a good one. That way, when you just get rid of the bad habit, you don't just have an empty space being like, bad habit, come back, come back, come back. You replace that space with a good one. So this is where self-awareness comes in, and you have to really be on it, because the self-talk is on autopilot. We're just so used to it that it's just happening automatically all the time. So as soon as you have a bad negative thought, you want to immediately counteract it with a positive thought. So every time you have a bad thought, say the opposite of that. Even if you don't believe it, fake it till you make it, okay? It's okay. It's okay. And if you're someone who heavily has inner dialogue, you need to create that secondary inner voice, or hone in on the one that's already there and pull it to the forefront. And remember to always counteract every time this negative one wants to go off. You need to be like,
Shut up, not today, not today.
Every time. You need to do it every time until it starts becoming you. Because all inner voices were outer voices. So be your own outer voice. Number 5 is give yourself as much time as you need, and kind of going back to cutting yourself some slack. Because when we have those negative voices, the smallest tasks, the smallest mess ups seem like the biggest things, and we really beat ourselves up for it. And some people don't understand how difficult it really is to just get out of bed and take a shower and get out the door when you're dealing with things like depression. When you're dealing with very, very heavy things, the smallest thing can feel like the biggest task, and you always have to be the one to give yourself a pat on the back. No matter where you are at in your stage, in your process, always be proud of where you are at, because it's an achievement in itself, I promise you. The very last thing I want to talk to you guys about is jokes.
Jokes.
And this is something that I struggle with the most. It's always beneficial to have a good sense of humor and to be able to laugh at yourself, to be able to let things roll off. Things like, oh my God, I'm so stupid, I'm so retarded, I'm so messed up. And it sounds whatever because you're just joking. But low-key, I mean it. And low-key, it's been internalized there somewhere, even if I realize it or not. Don't put your mental health on the line just because you want to be a little jokester for a minute. When people say you speak things into existence, you really do. And it starts with yourself and your inner thoughts. I don't know if we can ever fully silence that inner voice because I feel like it's fear-based. And as humans, we're always going to have fears, but it's just a matter of being able to deal with it and handle it and redirect it. Anyways, you guys, I hope this video was helpful to you. Leave a comment below on your inner voices. I actually haven't met anyone that I've asked in person so far who doesn't have inner dialogue. Like, I'm mind blown by the fact that not everyone has inner dialogue. So leave a comment below and let me know what the voices in your head say. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. I hope it helped you understand your inner voices a little bit more. If you'd like a video on intuition versus fear, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys next time. Stay flying free. I'm very aggressive with my inner voices. I'm like,
Bitch, you better shut the fuck up. I'm not trying to hear it from you today. Okay?